Hello students, today we are going to study about the introduction of cloud computing. Basically, what is cloud? The invention of the cloud is being done to store data. The initial invention of the cloud is being done to store data as the requirement of data and the amount of data increasing day by day, we need some more storage area so that we can rely on that storage area for accessing, retrieving our data. But slowly cloud has made an important position in the organization as well as in the as and become an important part of storage, because it has some specific features that is different and that has their own benefit, which provide a great benefit towards the storage of data. And most of the IT services select a range of users and offering the ability to log in anywhere ideally. These are the some features or basic structure that a cloud provide. Right now we will discuss the characteristics of cloud computing. First of all, on demand capabilities. This is one of the important characteristic of cloud computing. Means you can access your service and you have the power to change your service whenever you want. And even then you don't want that service, you can left that service or drop that service from your cloud account. But you can't do this physically, because if you are handling any organization and you have purchased two hard disks or n number of systems, then you can't return it, right? Whether you have that amount of work or not. But on demand capability of the cloud computing provide you with the facility that whenever you want you can take the service, and if you don't want that service you can easily stop that service or drop that service. Now comes to the second characteristics of cloud computing, that is broad network access. What broad network access says, when we don't have internet, we need to transfer data from one computer to another, we use pen drives. But by keeping data on the internet or cloud, we can access that particular data from anywhere, from smartphones, from tablets, laptops, anywhere. You don't need to wait for the physical approach to that particular data. You don't need to rely on that particular computer system to access that particular data. So this is the benefit of cloud, because we can access our data. The data is available over the internet every time, and you can access or by simply log in into your cloud account and can access that particular data anytime. Next comes the resource pooling. Resource pooling says that in any organization or anywhere, a single software can be used by multiple users. So we can pool the resources whatever we are available on the cloud. It's not necessary that a single person only use that particular resource. N number of person can use n number of resources whenever they want and at a particular moment also. So this give a benefit of sharing the resources, as well as if not sharing, utilizing the resources in the best possible way. Next comes the rapid elasticity. Rapid elasticity is a important feature that make everyone interested in cloud, because the cloud is very flexible and scalable in nature. Suppose if you have an organization and you need a 10 GB of data storage, and suddenly the user increases or your data increases suddenly, then you need a little more amount of storage that can be made easily available through cloud. Okay, you don't need to take any headache regarding any of the thing. Just you have to make sure that you have been allocated a particular amount of storage. At any time you can allocate it and you deallocate it, so it has a great elasticity and scalability feature that make everyone interested towards the cloud. Next comes the measured service. What measured service says how much you use on the cloud. You have to pay for that only, rather be 1 hour, rather be 2 hour, rather be half an hour, whatever. How much you pay is how much you use. If you don't use that particular amount of thing, you don't need have you should not have to pay that for that, right? If you really use that amount of thing, then you have to pay for that. Okay, so these are the main characteristics of cloud computing. Next comes the reference model. According to NIST Cloud Computing Reference Architecture, there are mainly 5 major actors that play important role in cloud computing. Right, first come the cloud consumer, person or any organization that maintain a business relationship, right, or any organization or a person that request for any kind of service, that is known as cloud consumer. Okay, so the consumer is a person or organization that has requested some type of services from the cloud. Next comes the cloud provider. The person or organization that is providing the services comes in the account of cloud provider, right? So the person who provide the service to the cloud consumer is known as cloud provider. Next comes the cloud auditor. Cloud auditor generally deals with the assessment of the cloud service. How to assess a cloud services are working properly, the security is being measured or not, the system operation or performance of the cloud is at the perfect level or not. These all things is being done by cloud auditor. Okay, next comes the cloud broker. Broker will deal with the relationship between the cloud provider and the cloud consumer. All kind of negotiation that can be done over the cloud is being performed by the cloud brokers. Next comes the cloud carriers. The cloud carrier will definitely deals with the connectivity between the cloud service and the cloud consumer. How well the connectivity is between the cloud services and cloud provider and cloud the consumer. Okay, so these are the 5 major actors that play an important role in the reference model. Let me repeat once, that is cloud consumer, next comes the cloud provider, next comes the cloud auditor, then cloud broker and cloud carrier. Now how the cloud computing service and deployment model. So we have the famous 3 model as a deployment model. Deployment means how we can actually use the cloud, right? So first comes the software as a service. Software as a service means we can access a particular software from the cloud as a service, right? We need not to worry about the data storage or how the hardware are working, in which platform on which platform that particular software is being designed. We did not need to think about anything. We will get a software from the cloud and we can actually use it as it is. We need not to worry about any of the thing, right? So software as a service is the easiest way to use the cloud. For example, we are using web browser or we are using Gmail services. All these services are the cloud based software as a services. Okay, here we did not need to worry about anything, hardware, software, AI, UI, anything. Next comes the platform as a service. In this, the platform is being provided to us so that we can develop. Here, the hardware part and the UI part is being handled by the cloud provider. Right? We need to develop our own application on that particular platform, and we can use it afterwards, right? So if you wanted to develop some kind of application and you don't have that resources to develop, you don't have that particular software on which you will provide the coding, you don't have that particular database through which you can link the data sets, all these kind of a problem when you face, then you can move to the platform as a service approach, in which you are provided with a particular user interface where you can user interface or editor where you can develop your own application and deploy it further. Last comes the infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service, in this the infrastructure is being provided as a service by the cloud. Here we don't have any actual user interface. We will provide it by the provision of computing resources, right? If you want operating systems, if we want storage, if we want deploy, if we want proper infrastructure to develop our application, then we will use infrastructure as a service from the cloud. Here the responsibility of the cloud provider is to maintain the hardware or infrastructure of the cloud, right? Whatever is being provided. But in platform as a service, the cloud provider also maintains the UI editor based, okay, infrastructure as well as the editor based, right? And software as a service, the cloud provider maintain the entire thing. You just need to use that particular software. So infrastructure as a service, if you want some kind of infrastructure help from the cloud and you can develop your application by yourself and you can deploy it also, then you can use the infrastructure as a service deployment model. So we have, in brief, we have three deployment model, that is software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Okay, next comes the deployment model, how we can use the cloud in different type. First comes the private cloud. Private cloud is a cloud infrastructure that is being designed for a particular single organization comprising of multiple consumer. It is owned, managed and operated by the organization, okay, and a third party or some combination of them. Right, so private cloud is basically a cloud which is dedicated to a particular organization and it is being maintained by that particular organization, okay. Next come the community cloud. It is exclusively for a particular community that is being shared, right? It is managed by one or more organization. Community cloud is basically a shared cloud which is managed and accessed by the multiple organization and more than one or two parties by combining their premises, okay. So the community cloud has the greater advantages over the private because it can share and it can rely on one another also. Next come the public cloud. The public cloud is basically a open cloud that is open and provisioned for all the person, right? It is open for all. It does not have any privacies. It is owned or managed by the business, academic or government organization. It is actually managed by the larger organization that make everything public. It is not specific to certain organization or a person. Next comes the hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud basically is a combination of two or more cloud deployment models such as public cloud or private cloud, public or community cloud. If you combine two or more models, then we get a hybrid cloud. So here we have the basic introduction of cloud computing, where we study about the reference model, about the deployment model, services provided by the cloud, and the characteristics of the cloud. Thank you.